Hello everyone and welcome to the NightThemedRave podcast. I am one of your hosts, Raven the Wraith. Please just call me Raven. And today's episode is about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1, Phantom Blood. Phantom Blood. Here are the other two hosts.
Got that right.
Monkey.
Hello everyone, my name is Loaded Monkey. I am, as usual, very wholesome and glad to be back.
And Karma.
Welcome everybody, I'm Erev Karma, the scuffed one of these podcasts.
And anyone in chat, feel free to let us know if the audio is peaking. I tried to adjust the audio, so hopefully it's not, but we'll see. So, I am a huge JoJo fan, though I did not re-watch Part 1 for this episode. You guys watched it for either the first time in Monkey's case, and in Karma's case, you re-watched it. How do you guys like it?
Part 1, it's a good starting point. But, I mean, it definitely not the best part of the JoJo series.
I mean, I don't know anything.
I do like how it starts.
So far, Monkey, how'd you like it? Knowing that it is probably the worst part so far, how do you like it?
I mean, if it's the worst part, then it's probably gonna be a good show.
Exactly, right? It's still decent, even if it is the worst.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a good starting spot, but it's not the best part by far.
Yeah, by far I'd say the best part is Part 7. If you live in Japan, they would say the best part is Part 3. That's the general consensus as far as I'm aware, is that people in the United States think Part 7's the best that have read the manga, and people who have read the manga in Japan say Part 3 is the best. Part 3 is definitely also the most popular.
I haven't read the manga.
Yeah, but
I haven't read the manga.
I feel like now with the anime, I feel like
Part
people
3
say whatever the newest part is their favorite part, usually. So a lot of people right now are saying Part 5 is their favorite part, but then once Part 6 finishes, they'll probably say Part 6 is their favorite. That's just kind of like how the crowd goes.
Still I like Part 4 and Part 3. But Part 3 is not that surprising.
Yeah, people really do like Part 4 as well. Part 4 is more of like a slice of life comedy, as opposed to the rest of JoJo, which is definitely a seinen. By the way, there's something I wanted to mention, is that this show is classified as a shonen, by the way. And it appears in Shonen Jump. That's...
Really?
Yeah, that's a weird one. I'll give it that.
I mean, I get why it's labeled shonen.
Especially for Part 1, it feels like a shonen. Parts 2 onward, though, do not feel like a shonen. And for those of you unfamiliar, shonen basically just means aimed at a younger audience and is like One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, things like that.
Typically aimed for adolescent males.
JoJo is not.
I know, that's why it's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird, but it does appear in Shonen Jump and is considered a shonen. I have no idea why. It does not appear out of Shonen Jump until a little bit into part 7, where it becomes a seinen, and it's in a different manga. Or not a different manga, a different magazine. But we're talking about Phantom Blood today. As you've already guessed by the way that I've talked about it, I think it is the worst part. I think you're better off just watching Fist of the North Star if you want to watch this type of story. But it is the start of something great, I would say, and it was definitely my favorite piece of literature or not literature, it's my favorite story of all time is JoJo's. And part 1 is a very weak start to it.
Said even for the bad joke I'm about to make, it certainly is quite a bizarre show.
Everyone makes that joke. Did you have to make that joke?
I mean, kind of. It was necessary, yes.
You could say it was a bizarre adventure. Either way. Either way, so part 1, it takes place in 1880. England, as Jonathan Joestar, the son of George Joestar, is the main character, and the entire first part is about his feud with Dio Brando. To summarize briefly what this plot is about, it is about destiny and fate. If you did not catch that, then I wouldn't be surprised, because it's not the most prevalent in part 1.
It's really not.
Basically, Dio is a fucking asshole who does things like burn dogs alive and steals women's first kisses. One of them definitely is more severe than the other, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I think I can take a guess at which one it is.
Yeah, says the dog lover as well. You're gonna love part 2. Part 2 is great.
Really stealing a kiss is far worse.
Yeah, man, I can't believe he'd steal a woman's kiss. Jeez. Dio rejects his humanity in a very famous scene and turns into a vampire. That's really where the part, like, starts, basically. Everything before that is more like the setup. So basically, Jonathan Joestar and Dio hate each other. Dio ends up killing Jonathan's dog, but no one knows that it was him. They end up being rivals. Jonathan doesn't technically know, he just thinks it.
And the most logical conclusion.
He went from, I want to steal the Joestar fortune, to I want to fucking kill the world.
Yeah, basically that's what happens is... okay, so let's rewind back a little bit. Dario Brando is Dio's father, and he accidentally saves George Joestar's life while trying to steal from his carriage. And this turns out to be, George thinks that he is like a savior and he's amazing. And he basically gives him the favor of adopting Dio when Dario is on his deathbed. But it's revealed later that Dio is actually poisoning Dario so he can inherit the George Joestar bloodline's fortune. So Dario Brando is killed by Dio, and then he starts to poison George. This sets up also Dio to learn about the Stone Mask. It's basically this mask where if you put blood on it, spikes shoot out and turns the person into a vampire if they survive the process, or if they don't survive the process. And
I think it'd be more accurate to say they die first and then become a vampire.
Yeah, they die from getting their brain pierced with spikes, and then they become a vampire. And Dio learns the secrets of this mask while Jonathan is trying to uncover why is George dying. And then it all accumulates, whatever, into the scene where Dio rejects his humanity and uses Jonathan's blood, or George's blood, I forget which one, to activate the mask on himself.
George.
Yes, he stabs George. And then he activates the mask on himself, turning himself into a vampire. The rest of the part is more typical JoJo. Like I said, everything before this is just like the setup. Though there is one fight scene that is very JoJo and important. While George Joestar is on his deathbed, Jonathan tries to find an antidote to help his father, or at least prove that Dio was the one poisoning him. And he meets the thug Robert E.O. Speedwagon. If you don't understand that reference, it's REO Speedwagon, the band. And that's something that's very prevalent in JoJo, is that everything is named after a band or a song, pretty much. Especially as it goes on.
I heard a character is called AC/DC, is that right?
Yes, AC/DC, but it's spelled differently.
So that's why you don't
Yeah.
you don't watch it dubbed, because they change all the names for copyright's sake.
Yes. Though at the same time, we will talk about it when we get to part 6 and 7. Some of those names are fucking amazing. Not in a good way.
Oh, in a bad way.
Yeah. What about the failed JoJo Part 1 movie? Yeah, there was a failed movie, and there was also a failed OVA. There's also a video game for Part 1. The video game's actually not that bad from what I've heard, even though it's very repetitive. It lets you play as Speedwagon, so, you know, best boy.
Ooh, Speedwagon.
Yeah, people fucking love Speedwagon, by the way, if you didn't know. He is a meme in the community.
One of the best characters by far in the entirety of JoJo.
That's what people say. I disagree, but I understand it's a meme.
I mean, I like I understand the appeal of a Speedwagon. He still has a certain charm to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
You haven't gotten to the best scene with Speedwagon, that's why.
Right now, my favorite character would be Zeppelini, I think the name was.
Yes, Zeppeli. Who is a reference to, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. I know what the reference is. Led Zeppelin, that's it.
I was about to say, I was about to say Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
but I was like...
Yes, Zeppeli is a reference to Led Zeppelin. Either way, let's go back to the synopsis so we continue along with this, because I want to keep this shorter than 30 minutes. We're already at 15. Basically, Jonathan attempts to kill Dio, but Dio lives and disappears. Jonathan is injured, but he's like, I have to kill Dio because he killed my father and is, like, a vampire now. And, he meets Will A. Zeppeli. Or just Zeppeli, if you want to call him that. He basically heals Jonathan's broken arm, and then teaches him all about Hamon. Hamon is the power system in parts 1 and 2 of JoJo, and is in part 3. Basically, it's the power of the sun harnessed through a breathing technique. Magic sun breath, yes.
If it needs the sun to work, how could he use it in the cave?
That's a great question. Moving on.
No. I want a proper answer to this. You know I'm a lore person. We're delving into this. Why?
Okay. I mean, this is obviously just my idea behind why it works in that place. So every person has a bit of sunlight in them. So perhaps that's why he can use it in the cave.
Teacher.
Well, no, it's true though. Like, you store sunlight in your skin.
But that's why
you store vitamin C from the sun. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably what he's using to. That's what Karma's saying he's using on the cave. There's like zero lore behind the origin of Hamon. Not entirely. There is a little tiny bit of lore, but it's not fleshed out. It's not like, how did it become a thing? No one knows that. But we're told that ancient civilizations used Hamon. That's like all we know.
Yeah, in part 1, it's just really discussed as sun energy. People can use it.
In part 2, it's more described as it was a weapon created by humans to fight back against a superior race. That is all part 2 spoilers that we will not delve into. So, Jonathan is now learning Hamon from Zeppeli. He basically takes, he is now under the teachings of Zeppeli, and he has to do various tasks in order for Zeppeli to teach him how to use Hamon stronger, basically. And this starts off on episode 4, where they are introduced to Jack the Ripper, the infamous serial killer who was never caught in real life.
And we never knew who was Jack the Ripper. Yeah,
in this show, he's just another character who ends up dying to Hamon because he is a vampire.
His face gets blown up by sun energy.
Yeah.
I like how Spiff paints it. It's like a martial art.
Yeah, it is, kind of.
I can see that.
I can see what people were referring to when they were talking about, like, JoJo poses.
JoJo poses, especially in part 1 and 2, are very prevalent. And anytime they're introducing a character, or a character has a big moment, they pose.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I meant to mention before we actually started the synopsis, was that JoJo is very dependent on its meme ability. It's like the whole reason that it's so, like, popular. Yeah, but the whole sunlight energy in the dark because everyone has some sunlight in them. I think Otter's just agreeing with what Karma said.
Okay.
So after after episode 4 is episode 5, they meet Poco, Tarkus, and Bruford. I don't remember exactly what Tarkus and Bruford are in reference to.
Knights. They were knights to Mary Stuart.
That died 300 years prior.
No, but what are they references to? I meant. I don't remember what their references are.
Let's ask the god Google.
Yeah, I can actually probably ask here.
JoJo's...
Tarkus and what was the other guy's name? Bluford?
Yeah.
Bluford's namesake is Bill Bluford, yes, and King Crimson Drummer. Oh! Okay. And Tarkus is the Emerson, Lake, and Palmer album. Okay. I like Bluford's reference a lot more. Yep. Either way. There's not a whole lot you need to know about Poco. Poco is just a minor character, basically, who is protected by JoJo. That's it.
Well, he
seems to be a recurring
open the door. He opened the door.
Oh, right. I forgot. He is actually important in the part. Part 5 spoilers. What do you mean, what? Part 5 spoilers? No, it's not Part 5 spoilers.
Talking about Part 1.
Let me reiterate what I just said. When talking about, I believe it was Bruford? Yes. Bruford's namesake is Bill Bruford, the Yes and King Crimson drummer. The real-life person, Bill Bruford. Nothing to do with King Crimson except for the fact that he was the drummer in the band.
Right.
So, Poco sticks with him. Basically, what happens in Part 5 is that there is an underwater battle that's filled with shenanigans that is very JoJo, where Jonathan ends up killing Bruford. The next episode, oh no, I'm sorry, he doesn't kill Bruford in episode 5, he kills him in episode 6. And then in episode 6, Tarkus gets them into a chain neck death match, in which they have to decapitate each other in order to be freed from it. Basically, Poco lets Zeppeli inside of the room that they're in, and then Zeppeli is recalling Tom Petty's foretelling of his death, Tom Petty obviously being Tom Petty. Ton Petty, though, is the character.
What's Poco a reference to?
Poco, let me look. I'm guessing Oingo Poiko or something. He does not have a reference in his Wikipedia page. So I'm guessing he's not a reference to anything.
He's like JoJo and Dio then.
I guess?
No.
Sure.
In
Dio is a
main part.
reference, by the way.
Oh, Dio is a reference to what?
Dio, the band.
There's a band called Dio.
Yes.
How much you want to bet that they got
you know, now I can
bunch
see
of
it.
new listeners when JoJo the anime came out?
Oh, dude. The JoJo Bizarre's Adventure did so much for music. It's incredible. Like, I would have never heard of half of the bands I listen to today if it wasn't for JoJo.
Damn.
But I have to know, who the fuck is Doobie? Who the fuck?
What?
Who the fuck is
Oh, that's
Doobie?
the snake guy. That's the snake guy.
Oh yeah, the guy with snakes in his head.
I don't
Yeah,
remember this guy at
Snake
all.
guy head.
He
Snake
kind of
head
just
guy.
shows up for 2 minutes and then dies.
Why is he listed as a major character, though?
I don't fucking know. He
He's
shows up
not by
for
far.
one
He shows up for
2 minutes and then
shows
fucks
up
off.
for like 3 minutes, and then Jonathan basically blows him up with Hammond.
Oh, I know why he's considered a major character. Because he tried to assault a girl. JoJo's weird sometimes.
Wait, he's a major character, not because he played an important part, but because the character is a zombie and tried to assault a girl.
Yes.
That make you a not a secondary character.
Anyway, the namesake is the Doobie Brothers, the American band. Moving on. Zappelli.
dodge.
Okay, let me get back to this. I still have 5 minutes. Zappelli
dodge,
teaches. Zappelli recalls his Hammond teacher Ton Petty foretold his death would take place at the very place he is in right now. Knowing this, Zappelli fights against Tarkus with the
reading
intention of a
the
way of
episode
freeing
description?
Jonathan. Maybe.
Yes.
Basically, Zappelli dies to Tarkus. And
This
then
man,
he transfers the last of his Hammond to Jonathan.
this man decided to not rewatch JoJo's Part 1, so he's going up the description of the episodes because he doesn't want to sound like he doesn't know what the episodes are.
Well, there's a lot I forget. Like, I could tell you what happens for the most of this, but I couldn't tell you what order they happen in, and I couldn't tell you what happens in, like, the last 3 episodes. Like, for example, what happens after Tarkus dies? I have no fucking clue.
Go fight Dio.
Yeah, I guess. It's like 2 hours? Dude, it's more than 2 hours. They both watched it. It's more than 2 hours, right?
So I started watching it about 8 o'clock, and I finished it about noon.
Yeah, so like 4 hours. See?
And that was back to back.
Yeah, see? And I wouldn't be able to watch it back to back. I would take a lot of breaks, because I'm very slow at watching things. Okay, I'm gonna get a water really quick. You guys talk about JoJo. Talk about Tarkus.
What's there to say about Tarkus?
He's big and he smashes things, right? Isn't that the big guy with the sword?
Just described as the Hulk. Just described Hulk, monkey. Big guy who smashes things.
I'm back. Did you guys talk about Tarkus?
We said that he's big and
Monkey
he
described him
smashes
as
stuff.
a big guy who smashes things.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Zappelli dies fighting Tarkus, and Zappelli gives the last of his Hammond to Jonathan. Using the last of the Hammond, Jonathan pulls off an immense strength by ripping off the steel collar, and then killing Tarkus. next episode. This is how the synopsis starts. Dio sends a zombie named Doobie to attack Poco's sister after she refuses to join his legion.
It's not what happens at the start of the episode.
That's what the start of the synopsis says. But, basically, Jonathan fights Doobie, and Doobie tries to poison Jonathan, but nothing happens because Jonathan has so much Hamon now. He's basically a superhuman. And Poco and his sister reunite. Dyer launches the ultimate attack, the Thunder Cross split attack on Dio, but he's caught by Dio's freezing ability and is shattered into pieces. Jonathan uses a sword to slash through Dio's body, but Dio freezes the sword and attacks Jonathan's neck. However, Jonathan thaws himself by heating the sword with a torch. Jonathan sets his fists on fire to counter Dio's freezing, breaking through Dio's defenses with an overdrive attack. As his body melts and falls into the abyss, Dio launches a final attack that pierces Jonathan's hand, but does little more than that. Did you guys like that synopsis?
Yeah, it was really original.
Yeah, I read that one.
It sounded like you said that on the top of your head and clearly didn't just read the article.
Yeah, exactly.
They completely missed out a part where where Jonathan meets Tom Petty, Strizo, and Dyer.
Yeah.
Says, "Oh, Dyer shows up," and then he dies.
Dyer is the best character. He actually has a very famous meme. The Thunder Cross split attack is a very famous Rick Roll type meme. Either way, though, then the last episode, I'm just gonna summarize because it's really fucking shitty. Like, summary-wise, I mean. Dio decapitates his head to survive the Hamon attack. Speedwagon destroys the stone mask with the hammer. Jonathan marries his crush Arena. They go on a ship to America, but Dio and...
Are you gonna spoil the ending?
Yes.
I mean, that's part one.
It's only part one.
If you haven't watched part one for some reason and are here, and already spoiled the end, I don't know, go away or something.
Yeah, just go away.
I don't know, do something. I don't care.
Hit the stream, but continue watching.
But, Dio and Wang Chen sneak aboard, basically kill... They kill Jonathan, they end up setting the boat on fire. Arena survives with a mystery baby. Jonathan passes away with Dio's head in his arms. And...
Can I guess at who the baby is?
Go ahead.
Would that be Joseph Joestar?
Nope.
I actually don't remember. I don't think he is. Oh no, that's right. The baby is female, right?
Yes, the baby is female.
Baby is
Yes,
female.
I know who the character is now. Yes, it is not Jonathan. Or I mean, not John. It's not Joseph.
Joseph. It's not Joseph.
Yes. Because remember, this one crucial detail, Monkey, is that the baby has to be blood related to the Joestar bloodline.
Oh.
And the
I'm gonna guess
baby's
that she's
not.
pregnant then.
What? Arena's pregnant? No, never.
Wow.
Probably. I think that's
I mean,
what happened.
it is
Plot
hinted
twist.
at.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hinted at, but it's really small that you wouldn't catch it unless if you knew about it
No,
beforehand.
excuse me, no, it is pretty fucking easy to catch.
She's pregnant.
Really easy to catch.
Either way, let me just finish because there's only a few more words I have to say. Arena and the baby hide in Dio's bomb-proof coffin? What? That's a thing. Arena is rescued to the Canary Items and battles to pass on the truth of what happened to the unborn baby she conceived with Jonathan and generations to follow.
Yeah, she clearly says, "A new life had awakened within me, a life that will know his story." If that is not a clear hint as, "Hey, fuckhead, I'm pregnant," I don't know what that is.
Well, okay. I didn't catch it the first time I watched it.
Yeah, but it's you.
I only caught it, rewatched it after I knew that she was at that time.
Yeah, but you're karma, so you don't count.
Either way, it's worth mentioning
Sorry.
that I'm gonna spoil something for you, and it's not a big spoiler, don't worry. Dio lives! Because he...
Wow, really?
Yeah, he chops off Jonathan's head with his tendrils, and then hides in his coffin with Jonathan's decapitated body. So
he
now
does
there is a
possess-
Dio that is Jonathan's body with Dio's head.
That's some weird, fucked up, like... that's...
I
Yeah, that's-
mean, he's a vampire who is alive with only his head. Why couldn't he do it, you know?
That's a whole new...
Also-
that's a whole new,
So
a whole new
important
kind of gay incest.
They're not actually brothers, it's okay.
Don't
Yeah.
think about it.
It's true.
What are you doing, step bro? Just taking off your decapitated body's head?
What are you doing, step vampire? Step Dio?
How did the coffin fit all the people? Apparently there's two different coffins, and they're both Dio's coffin.
What? How does that work?
I
Because
was confused with that.
It literally says in the summary, Arena and the baby hide in Dio's bomb-proof coffin. But I know at the start of part 3, they literally state Dio hid inside Dio's coffin, and it literally says Dio on it. Yeah, Rocky Forgar.
Yeah.
Iraqi Forgar is very
Forgar.
much a meme in the community, but it's usually not that bad. This is, I would say, one of the worst examples of Iraqi
That's
Forgar.
a big plot hole.
Just Dio had two coffins. I don't know why, but he did.
And we clearly only saw the sailors back in one coffin.
Yeah. So, next part is Battle Tendency. That will be, let me see really quick. Wrong server, that's why. Episode schedule,
Yeah,
where is
yeah.
JoJo Part 2? That will be, 2 months from now, basically. On 4/6.
Are you telling me? Oh, wait. Are you closing the episode?
No, not yet.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, and we didn't mention this at the start of the episode, did we?
Yeah, we have an entire schedule. Oh, you know what? Lula was supposed to be on this episode.
You show?
Yeah, show.
Where the fuck is he?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not on. I completely forgot until
At
just
that
now.
time, he's probably working.
Yeah. He said he
That's
shouldn't
okay.
be, but... Alright, let me just edit this really quick to remove them from the episode list.
I mean, we don't know. Maybe the next one he'll be.
Not next week, but maybe the
can-
next JoJo part, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, next
Yeah,
JoJo
this
part,
is gonna
next
be a
week's
6-part
special episode.
series, and
Oh, it's gonna be more than 6 parts. It depends on
Yeah,
how
but
often it gets animated.
it's currently at 6-part.
Yes. We're gonna have
So-
one part for each JoJo episode, or season.
Yeah, and over the next 6 months, you're gonna get one episode per month
Pretty much, yeah.
Ish.
about JoJo's.
Yeah.
Get happy, chat.
I'm happy.
I know you're happy.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite story ever.
I know, and you know what this is gonna help us learn? It's gonna help us to see if we can even attempt to try to get a word in during an episode of yours.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it right now.
I mean, I just speak whenever I want to and call it good.
Yeah, it works for me.
What I mean is like, I said it last time, but when Raven gets passionate about something, we just sit and listen, because when it comes to something you like, Raven, you can talk about it for a very long while like I can. We're
Yeah.
both like that.
Well, I don't have a whole lot else to really talk about for part 1, so this is going to be all of us talking now. Because generally, I would say, like I said, part 1 is the worst part, and that is mostly just because, first of all, Haman in part 1 is like basically just punching people in really weird ways. In part 2, it gets a lot more creative, I feel. Like, I'd say the weirdest thing in part 1 is the underwater battle for Haman.
Yeah. Well, I can see how it works, but
It's a lot more interesting, though, in Part 2. For example, using yarn to conduct Hamon, using bubbles to conduct Hamon, things like that. Using clackers.
What about the famous...
Wait,
what about the clackers? Yes.
Clackers, really?
Yeah, clackers. It's a famous scene.
Oh, it's great.
Also, don't look it up because it's huge
Great.
spoilers, monkey.
No, I want to look up. I want to look up the French equivalent of a clacker.
Oh, it's basically 2 balls on a string. But they're like big balls, like the size of your fist. Cherries on a string, kinda, yeah.
That. Yeah, testicles. Okay.
Yes, basically. And, he uses them as a weapon. Jonathan does.
Joseph.
Joseph, goddamn it, I'm gonna keep doing it. They both start with a J, they're both JoJo, man.
Most of them start with J.
Yeah, all of them, actually. No, not all of them.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
One doesn't.
Yeah. Well,
As far as I'm aware.
Giovanna, right?
Giorno.
Giorno.
Giorno Giovanna.
Yeah.
Part
You can
5.
still make JoJo out of that.
Yes, you can. It's Gio. But it's technically JoJo if you pronounce it correctly. So,
But after, like,
Go-Go, but
after
whatever.
Part 3, they don't really call people JoJo anymore.
yeah, they usually stick, because there's usually multiple JoJos in the part. So, every part after Part 3, or no, I'm sorry, every part has a time skip between them, and I think Parts 1 and 2 have the largest time skip. Parts 5 and 6 have the least time skip.
Like,
Oh, is that so?
I believe so.
Didn't know that.
how long is the time skip between part 1 and part 2?
Let me see. 1880 to 1938.
Okay, so Joseph
Years.
is a grown adult by then.
To 1938. Also, no.
What?
Okay, so I will spoil it now for you. It's not a big spoiler. Joseph is not Jonathan's son. There's another person in between them.
Oh, okay.
And he does not get a part dedicated to him because you'll see what happens to him in part 2.
Isn't it like George Joestar 2 or something?
I don't remember what his name is. What happened to
I think that's what
JoJo
it was,
2's
but I
dad?
can't recall it.
JoJo 2's dad is a spoiler. That's why I'm not talking about it.
No. Huge
It's a spoiler.
spoilers.
It's not a huge spoiler,
Yeah,
but it is a spoiler.
Also,
I
we are dropping
think-
spoilers, but if you are dropping spoilers in chat, I will time you out.
Yes, for 300 seconds. So, part 1 is the largest, and then let me see, what year is each JoJo part? Because I believe... Oh, there we go, there's a timeline, Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on.
That should get confusing.
Okay. Okay, so Vento Arreo is March 29th. I think 2020. No, I'm sorry, not 2020. 2000.
Thought it was around 2000, 2001.
Yeah, 2000. And then Stone Ocean is 2011. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought they were only like a month apart. Apparently they're 10 years apart.
I could see that.
So the shortest then would be 1998 to 2000, yeah. In 1998
Right,
is part
four to
4.
Part 5.
Correct.
For part 5. What I thought. Because one of the characters that was relevant in part 4 doesn't look much older than they do in part 5.
Well, that's because he was like 16 years old in the first part and then 18 in the second part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, do you guys have any questions for me that I might be able to answer about part 1?
Yo.
Anything you remember that jumps out at you that you want to complain about or talk about?
I mean, nothing much other than the fact that if it was Jonathan who activated the mask first with his face, it would have been a completely different story, but that's already been discussed.
I mean, if Jonathan
by
activated
people
the mask and then wore it, I feel like he would have been just a mindless zombie because he's not like already evil like JoJo, probably. Like Dio.
Yeah. Well, he has extremely strong conviction and will and all that. I think he would kill himself in the sunlight, though. Because he'd be like, oh my god, you know, I'm a vampire now, I'm a disgrace to humanity, and he'd kill himself.
Yeah.
I also don't mind me
Like,
100%
that's
not
already been
eating.
discussed online.
Are you now?
That's
I believe
that's
you.
already that was already discussed online, though. I'm sure there's a fan fiction about that exact thing happening.
Wait, let me look up JoJo fanfiction. I want to see how
No,
many of them-
Monkey, you don't want to do that. Monkey, no, you don't want to
see
do
how many of
that.
them are gay fanfiction.
Monkey, you don't want to do that.
Let me look up Rule
Right.
34, and I'll look up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure really quick, and then I'll tell you. Okay, there's 13,503 pictures for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
Are there any characters you want me to look up on Rule 34?
No.
Lisa.
Speedwagon.
Okay, Speedwagon, yeah.
Great.
Oh, the Speedwagon Foundation, there's only 3 of. Let me look up, Robert _E Edward O. Speedwagon, 132.
Oh, good. JoJo's on DeviantArt.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that's Yowie, that's Yowie, that's Yowie. That one's not Yowie. That one's gender bent. That one's Yowie, that one's Yowie. There's some more gender bent.
Not surprising.
You guys want to see some gender bent non-pornography of Speedwagon?
Yes.
Not particularly.
Hang on.
Yes, you do, Karma.
I feel like you're gonna. I guess you're gonna share it anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Look at stream.
Have to open it up and wait for it to load. Close it after every time, after every intro.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, I didn't keep it. Hang on. I have to look. I want to see who made it. I want to see if there's an artist credited to it. Suspending, spelled weirdly. Spelled S-U-S pending. Suspending. Do you guys like the picture?
The face is too
It's still loading.
like, but I like.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see it now. Interesting.
Yeah, very good. Best girl Speedwagon.
Oh, good. Some Dio and Jonathan porn.
Oh yeah, no, there's tons of that.
Great.
There is a surprisingly large amount of yaoi of JoJo.
I wonder why, since the
Because they're giant muscular men, and that's what fucking gay people like, is muscular men.
I mean, there's a whole fucking meme of I have ungayed your JoJo.
I mean,
I did that once.
let's look up JoJo
That
memes. Oh, I cannot show JoJo memes. Hey, Refenny. Yeah. There's a JoJo
what the fuck
memes
is a JoJo, Leon?
That is part 8.
Okay.
Jolene? Isn't Jolene part 6?
No, JoJo Leon.
Oh, who
Alright,
the hell is that?
Speedwagon and Jonathan, heck yeah.
This is a part 3
Speedwagon
meme I
is your
really
belly.
like. I'm sharing a part 3 meme I really like. Why don't you get some lolly hoes instead?
Why do I hate this?
I love it. It's not even a good meme, it's just funny. Lolly hoes instead. Either way,
I like how Rav just came in to us talking about
gender
JoJo
bent,
porn.
yeah. And JoJo porn, yeah. Let me look up,
I mean, that's not really surprising considering what our nickname is here.
Yeah.
Phantom
Yeah, but that's
Blood.
a very fair.
So
point.
I'm actually, since we have like nothing else to really talk about, I'm gonna show the video game of Phantom Blood.
I know there was one called Eyes of Heaven.
What?
No,
Why did
this
the,
video game is called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood. It's a PlayStation 2 game.
Oh.
Let me see here. Here we go. This looks like some gameplay. Yes, Eyes of Heaven is all parts. I'm gonna skip to actual gameplay. What is this?
You know what
Oh
I
yeah.
almost did?
So one of the things that this game lets you do is it lets you play as a lot of different characters, including as Speedwagon, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How the hell you play as Speedwagon? What can Speedwagon do?
He fights a bunch of generic vampires with a hammer. You know the hammer he
makes
uses to
sense.
break the mask?
Yes.
But seriously, this, by the way, is amazing if you haven't seen what I'm showing right now. He's doing poses mid-combo for bonuses.
This is the most JoJo game ever. Fuck
It
yeah.
is. Actually, there's another JoJo game that we will not be showing. It's called Vento Aurore. It is also part 5's version of this game, and it is really good. I have completed it, and I have to say it is fucking amazing.
Why can't we show it?
Because it's huge spoilers for part 5. It
Oh,
literally
yeah, no,
is the
that's not
entire
real.
game replayed.
Hey, question actually.
Wow.
How did an anime that got so popular as JoJo's failed to get a movie after the first part?
So, the JoJo first part movie was before its popularity.
Oh.
There's also an OVA of part 3 that is very bad, that does have some amazing memeable moments. But, it mainly comes down to the fact that there wasn't the same voice actors, it didn't have the same feel, and instead of... You know how JoJo Part 3 is the longest part in the anime?
Yes.
It was only 12 episodes in the OVA. Which is too short to tell the whole story.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
The same thing goes with the movie. They tried to make the movie... Honestly... I didn't see the movie. I don't know a lot about the movie. All I know is it's bad. Like, it's a bad adaptation.
Aren't most anime movies bad though?
Yes.
All of them.
Oh!
There are exceptions.
I forgot to mention the best thing about this game, by the way, is that you can play as literally any character.
It's as rare as a Black Pearl, but you got as like a fucking Black Pearl, but it's possible.
You can play as Doobie in this movie.
Are
You can
serious?
play as Brat A in this game, and Brat B.
Who the hell are those people?
Brad B.
Yeah, Brat B and Brat A. They basically stole Arena's handkerchief at the start of the part. That's literally how it
Those
starts.
two dumbasses.
It lets you play as them in the video game.
How are they relevant enough to appear in the game?
Because the game is a retelling of the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Though I don't know who Bornam is.
Isn't it? So it's basically like playing when you're playing 7 Days in San Grand Cross. It's basically a retelling of the story.
Yes. Yes. Also,
Grand Cross is a gotcha.
I don't think it was ever explained in Part 1's anime, but there is actually an opening in the manga of an Aztec chief. I don't remember if it's animated or not. Do you guys know?
I do not.
Basically, it shows the mask before the mask becomes relevant. And it's basically like there's a sacrifice going on at like a giant temple, like a pyramid temple. They're at the top of the pyramid, and there's a bunch of people like chanting, and they have like torches. And then there's an Aztec chief laying down on the table, and they put the stone mask on him and then put blood on it. And then it goes to the actual first scene of JoJo.
That sounds like a very, very anime-like first scene.
Yes, but this is for the manga exclusively. It actually wasn't in the anime. Also, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Who the fuck is this guy? Bornam? What?
Who the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
Hey guys in chat, who knows who that dumbass is?
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up now. Bornam.
I agree with Private Honor. It would have been a really cool bit of foreshadowing if it was animated.
Yeah.
I agree with you, dude.
Oh, that's not JoJo. There we go. What the fuck? Oh, apparently they're bestial and horrifying zombies created by Brando to kill Jonathan.
Oh, it's one of the thing that comes out in the graveyard.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
The graveyard zombies.
Oh, they look completely different in the anime.
I know. They don't look like that.
That looks really weird. Also, it's worth mentioning that they are Led Zeppelin band members. That is what all of their references are to. That's pretty cool.
They have a natural reference to Led Zeppelin and then a reference to the people making the Led Zeppelin thing.
Araki has really good taste in music. I mean, not a perfect taste in music, but a very good one. For example, he likes Spice Girls. Fucking garbage. He likes Rihanna and like, is it Rihanna I'm thinking of? Who makes that song, California King Bed? You guys know what song I'm talking about?
Looking it up.
No, I don't.
California King Bed.
California.
No idea what you're talking about.
California King Bed.
I think it's Rihanna.
Yes, it's Rihanna.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he likes Rihanna and like other things like that. He likes Lady Gaga, that's a reference as well. But he also has like Led Zeppelin, Metallica, AC/DC, Cars, Wham.
With Cars.
Yes, Cars. That's a band. And also the name of the Part 2 villain, Cars.
Okay, so Dio is not the main bad guy in Part 2 then.
No, he is not.
So when do we start getting an actual reason for someone to be evil?
Part 2, there's a reason.
Okay, so because like we did a JoJo episode a long time ago for the new people in chat.
When we started.
And my big complaint with JoJo, and beside the art style, I was never a big fan of the art style. It's okay, but like, it's not my favorite type of art style. But
it does evolve over time.
It's the lack of lore. If you don't know me, I'm a huge lore geek. I love lore. And the lack of lore really bugs me.
Yeah, it's not really a lore type of story. Who the fuck is this? Sorry, I'm just showing characters now. But, yeah, no, JoJo lore isn't really, like, where the main parts of the game are.
Oh, Mr. Adams, yeah, he shows up when they arrive at Night or something.
Okay, I don't remember any of these characters. Where's Plant?
He tries to kill someone with his tongue.
I know Plant is one of the, fucking, members we were just talking about of the band. But look at his name is Plant!
Yeah, they appeared for like a minute and then died.
Page? Okay.
He came out of the ground, so the name Plant kind of makes sense in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm. Tattoo guy?
They appeared, they
guy.
introduced themselves and then died.
Nice. I believe that.
So.
Who the fuck is this guy? Winlenzio?
Who?
Winzalio.
Winzalio.
Yeah, what Private Otter says, each part is sort of self-contained, so it makes sense to not have too much extra lore.
I don't expect them to have like Elder Scroll levels of lore. But at least a fucking little.
Also, by the way, it's worth mentioning, you see here, Willa Zappelli, his color design. So, okay, I have
Or is it different?
Really?
He wears white and black in the anime.
Yeah, and in this he's wearing green and blue and red.
Why is that?
Original JoJo did not have official color designs. And I actually have a little video I want you to watch. I'm gonna keep it short, and we're not gonna watch it on stream. I'm gonna just link this to you for later. It's called Funk TV, JoJo's Color Theory. And you do need to watch part 2 before you watch this video.
Okay.
You don't need to watch part 3 onward, I think. I will rewatch the video and make sure. Actually, never mind, no, you do have to watch part 4.
Are we just blueballing everyone in chat and be like, ha, suck it, or you're not listening to that?
No. But, let me mute this and just play part of it. You'll notice that, okay, so I'll just talk about the main part of it. When... fuck. Should we talk about this in part 2? I feel like we should talk about this in part 2.
We should probably keep it for part 2.
Okay, we'll keep that one for part 2. For part 1, the only thing you need to know, though, about this color theory is basically, there's a difference between looking good and looking correct. And in JoJo, they choose to look good instead of looking correct, if that makes sense. So, like, when a shocking moment is happening, you'll notice the colors change. It's something to look out for when you're watching now.
Yeah, I did notice that. How, like, JoJo's hair become blonde sometime.
Yeah, it's because the color changes to signify that a character is out of their normal self. They're like, they're shocked, they're different.
Yeah, like, that's, like, you often see that in cartoon more than anime.
But JoJo does it extremely well, and they kind of drop it after part 2, mostly. But it's really good. And part 4 does it also a lot. Like, biblically accurate angels compared to modern media angels, I guess, yeah. It's to look fashionable and look good as opposed to looking accurate.
I could see that.
So, is there anything else you guys want to talk about in this part? Do you want to talk about the boxing match?
Oh, how JoJo, Dio destroys JoJo's and humiliates him and kills everyone's.
How Dio
Why is
tried.
that the image for Jonathan?
Because it's his boxing image specifically.
Oh, okay.
Literally, look, I don't know if you can read this, but there's Jonathan 12 years old, Jonathan boxing match, Jonathan 13 years old, 20 years old, Ogre Street fight, Spear, Joestar Mansion fight, Wing Chan fight, After Ripple fight, Bruford fight, Tarkus fight, Jonathan Joestar, Jonathan Joestar Luck and Pluck, Jonathan Joestar Final Fight, and Jonathan Joestar Wounded.
Can we talk about the fact that he decided, like, I give you luck and I make it pluck? Why? Why pluck?
Luck and Pluck? I don't remember Luck and Pluck, to be honest with you.
The
So
sword Buford gives to Jonathan.
yeah, Buford gives his sword called Luck to JoJo, and he just goes, this sword is called Luck or something along those lines, and I deem the Luck and does a P I read before Luck with his blood.
Mm-hmm. He rebaptized it Luck and Pluck with his own blood, apparently. Okay. I don't remember this at all.
I don't know, what the fuck is pluck? That's my fucking question.
Will you pluck the life out of someone, I'm guessing?
Well, here's my guess on that. Here's my theory on it, kind of. He changed it to pluck because it was like Jonathan plucking his destiny or his fate or something similar. Because that's like
he drew the P with his blood.
Father Sticks,
so it was like him. So it was like him.
He's the dumbass that opened the coffin.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, he's just the idiot who opened Dio's coffin.
Hmm.
It was already open when he found it, though.
The one where she like went and fucked with the coffin.
Hmm.
Because he dropped his cross, man.
I know that's his bread and butter, as he says.
Okay, I have to look at who the fuck is Tattoo?
I don't know.
The fuck is that idiot?
Is referred to by Speedwagon is a minor character introduced in Phantom Blood. Oh, he's just a
Probably
regular
from the
thief from
Ogre
Ogre
Street
Street.
Oh, you know what I almost did?
Hmm.
When we opened the episode, I almost decided to piss everyone off and say we're talking about JoJo Season 1. Just to piss everyone off.
I mean, it would have been interesting, I guess.
No, don't JoJo fan hate it when we say, yeah, just watch JoJo Season 1.
I don't know.
I don't care. I don't mind if people say that or anything.
I stopped paying attention to the JoJo fandom after they kicked me out.
Wait, why did they kick you out?
Basically, I said I hadn't read the manga yet, and I said Joseph Joestar was my favorite JoJo. And they were, like, literally sending me death threats over that.
Wow.
Whoa, why, though?
I don't know. Also, yeah, saying we watched part 1 isn't accurate, because we didn't watch season 1, I mean. Season 1 is both parts 1 and 2, we only watched part 1. We only watched half of season 1, dummy.
Yeah,
What the fuck did you just do to chat? I saw that. I saw one of you do something to chat.
I didn't do shit.
I saw it.
I don't have chat open.
I didn't do shit.
Either way. Wait, Lisa is in part 1? What? No, she isn't.
The fuck is Lisa?
Don't worry about it. Hey, look, Mary Joestar.
Raven.
Yeah.
Lisa is in part 1.
Oh, shut up. No, she isn't.
She is.
No, she isn't. Like, I know what you're referring to, but no, she isn't.
Okay.
Unless there's an after-credit scene that I'm forgetting. Either way.
Nope.
Anyway, if we have nothing else to talk about, we could end the part here if you guys would like to. Episode, I mean. God damn it.
Else I need to talk about.
The part.
What else I need to talk about?
Are we also gonna divide these episodes into parts now?
Apparently, yes.
as well.
So
Welcome
You
to
got any more
JoJo's
questions?
Part 1, everyone. Next week is going to be JoJo's Part 2, New York's
no, but
JoJo.
actually,
Oh, not next
though,
week.
y'all
Next
for
week
y'all that are
is
in chat right now,
special episode.
yeah, look forward to next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST.
Okay, you need to repeat everything you just said because your mic is cutting out.
Next week, show up on Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. Because next week is probably going to be our biggest episode yet, by far. We've never done something this big.
Should we just say what it is?
1 year.
At this point,
I think we should just
mean-
announce it.
At this point,
Sure.
what do you think?
Who's announcing it?
You do it. It's like kind of your episode.
And so, for
Give you that.
those who weren't aware, which is basically anyone that isn't in our closed Discord friend circle, next week we're gonna have Nags over on the NTR podcast. Yes, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nags21 is gonna be on our podcast because since he won't change the name of his VTuber channel to Nags the reviewer, we're gonna find another way to match him with NTR.
Mm-hmm. Nag, yeah.
Well, we are the NTR podcast, so
Exactly. So we're gonna associate it with NTR.
in a non-direct way, yes.
I'm not telling y'all what the episode's gonna be about. You're gonna have to come by to figure that out.
It's about dicks.
Exactly. We're just gonna talk about penises for about 2 hours.
Hog champ!
I don't know if I could do that for 2 hours. I might have enough for 15 minutes of a conversation, but
Well, then you're not dedicated
Right.
to dicks enough.
You wanna try?
I could talk about dicks for an hour.
I don't think I could.
Well, you have different types of dicks, right? Like, you have whale dick, and then you have, like, ostrich dick, and, like, you have corkscrew dicks, you have knotted penises, you have bulbous penises, you have, like, baseball bat penises. You know, you have ones where, like, the tip is bigger than the base, and then you have ones where the base is bigger than the tip.
You know that I'm gonna go back and clip that and put that on my soundboard, right?
Awesome.
I'm gonna be Raven talking about dicks.
Don't spoil the episode. Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah, come on, man.
Alright, let's find out who to raid real quick.
Also, new background revealing next week. Also,
And new song, maybe? Question mark? I don't know yet.
no, I'm gonna have to check Yami about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Yami, he is live right now.
Yeah, do you want to just raid Yami?
Sure.
Yeah, let's raid Yami. Make sure if you're subscribed, you use that thing.
No, it's called a raid emote.
A raid emote, yeah, that one. Wait,
So
you can start
check
a goal.
tomorrow my channel. At
Oh.
Red
yeah,
Bear of
you
Karma.
gotta-
I'm going to continue Pokemon Leaf Green Poison only
What the fuck?
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm doing it, you stupid bitch. There we go. Okay, sorry, I was having technical difficulties with Twitch. Make sure you guys use the NTR raid emote if you can. Make sure you follow the Twitter, follow the Discord, or join the Discord if you're 18 plus. Check out the Twitter, the YouTube, and follow the Twitch. If you can, subscribe, give bits. They're very much appreciated, and every little bit helps. If you
So we
can't,
have-
just spread the word about the channel, please, and that helps very much as well.
Yeah. Also, if you're interested in maybe joining us on an episode, we do have an episode list on the Discord that goes up until August.
Which is subject to change slightly.
Yeah. It's not set in stone, but you can expect all of those episodes to come by at some point.
Yeah. Alright, everyone. Have a good day. Say goodbye, Karma.
Alright.